No, sir.
Sir?
Or ma'am.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's okay.
sorry.
It's okay. Give me a hug. It's okay.
You've got a deep voice. I'm sorry. Joyce Myers has the same problem.
I look up to them. They know.
And if you want everyone to have equal rights, then just be a feminist. Because you can jump on their agenda and train and have equal rights for everybody because they're like, hey, everybody should have rights, guys. Then yeah, so some of us want to make sure that cis straight hetero males have some of their rights limited and so can't voice an opinion about that. I'm so sorry that we want a shot at it. It's time we control male reproductive rights. I suggest that all cis males undergo a vasectomy that is given to them when they're teenagers. When they're adults, they should have to apply for a permit from the government stating that they want to procreate or start a family, whatever it is. Once the government approves this, then they can go to the doctor and get the vasectomy that is super easy to get reversed, or they can go to the local sperm bank where they keep their, donations and use that to get whoever they want pregnant. I think that this is something we can legislate, we can put in, because imagine the amount of unwanted pregnancies it would stop. Oh my goodness. I am here for it. How do we get this done?
It's absolutely hilarious that women like this are allowed to get online on TikTok and say the nonsense that she just said. Because if it was the opposite and it was a man saying the exact same things but in reverse and saying this about women, this person will get banned on TikTok. But of course, because this type of behavior is accepted in the Western world right now, she's able to say this and there's no repercussions to what she just said. I've had videos removed on TikTok and I didn't even say anything remotely close to what this woman just said about men. But of course, misandry in today's society is completely acceptable.
What do you identify as?
I'm non-binary and queer, just queer. Just like umbrella term gay and demigirl.
What do you think is so misunderstood about the LGBTQ community?
Consensual relationships between adults and exploration of gender are not child grooming. We don't care about anybody else, really.
Why do you want to see all the homophobes out there?
No matter where you go, you're going to see somebody like me. So get over it.
Do you think it's okay for 12-year-olds to be exposed to Pride?
Respectfully, I think that they should be exposed to it because it's the world that they live in. There are certain events like the parade I don't think are good for kids.
Where everyone is dancing and they're showing kind of exposed body parts. Do you think it's okay for kids to be exposed to that at a Pride event?
I think it's fine just because you're not only just exposing them to equality and being accepted, but also, more body positivity.
If you were to have like a 10-year-old kid and would you bring them with you to a Pride parade?
Absolutely. I mean, like at some point they're going to be exposed to that their lives, whether or not that's on part of the parent to bring them to that, or if it could be something they're going to find out themselves.
Is 10 the most appropriate age to bring a kid?
Yeah. I mean, really it comes down to how you're able to have those conversations with your kid and whether or not they're emotionally capable of having those conversations.
And if you don't agree with all of this, people will say that you're a bigot and you're a misogynist and you're racist and you're all of the above. It's completely insane that people can't even voice your opinions on the nonsense that we're seeing, and they'll call you all sorts of names because you don't agree with them. But then in the same breath, they'll claim that they love everyone and people should be able to express what they want to express, except for if you disagree with them.
The reason why I say trans women are biological women is because it triggers you. And that's funny. Saying biological woman is like comparing apples to oranges, because biological means anything relating to living organisms or biology. And woman is a sociological term. Literally everyone on this giant rock in space that we share is biological, and so long as they were alive or once alive. I really don't care if you support trans people or not. I'm just asking you to pick up a dictionary. On this page, I only read studies and articles back to you. Very few times am I ever going to state my actual opinion or thoughts on something, because I'm reading truths and facts to you. If you don't like that, I don't know, maybe go reevaluate why that is. To the 10 people that are still here, I don't want to lie to you.
These types of people seriously cannot be normal in their head, because this type of behavior is what we would have considered insane behavior in the past, but for some reason people are openly doing this on social media apps and people are claiming it's normal behavior.
Straight people are getting too comfortable. I said what I said. Some things are not yours to talk about, joke about, or say. And you should go back to being deathly afraid of offending people.
I just want to note that if straight people didn't exist, you wouldn't exist as well, but of course they'll complain about this type of nonsense.
What does color is not a crime mean?
Do you have a brain?
Do I have a brain?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I got a pretty bad migraine yesterday, and so I'm kind of recovering from that. I don't know if you've had experience, but this is the phase that's referred to as the migraine hangover. So operatively right now, no, I don't have a brain.
Okay. Well, I don't want my black friends to step outside and be scared every time they step outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what color is not a crime means.
I don't understand, but at the same time, I do understand why these people go out and do what they do. It doesn't make any sense that you go out to protest and then when people ask you questions, you stay silent. You would think that these people would want to get their truth out there to the world, but then when they're questioned on their so-called truth, they stay silent. It just goes to show you that these people can't defend their positions and they just want to shout at everyone and expect everyone to accept their delusions.
How do you, yourself, prove you're a woman and able to access these spaces? This is where this term biological sex becomes ludicrous. How do you and other biological women prove that they are biological women? Have you ever taken a chromosome test? Have you ever proved the fact you're a woman? I have a birth certificate. I have a passport. I have a driving license. I've had various operations and surgery. I can prove that I'm a woman. Can you prove you're a woman?
I can tell you right now that we can all prove that you are indeed not a woman.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Probably a bear, because I detest men. I'm a misandrist. You know, it's how I am. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what we're gonna do about that. But yeah,
A bear.
a bear.
A bear. I mean, to be fair, I'm a person who likes bears a lot more. Like, not because I'm Slavic, so it's kind of like my experience of like being stuck with a bear. It doesn't have to do anything with like men. Essentially, I just really like bears.
Definitely a man. Is he hot? A man. Well, yeah, obviously. I can't fight the bear. I can fight the man. Like,
A man, because I could make him do things for me.
At this point, all of these feminists who keep talking about how they would prefer to be with a bear than a man is just all talk. How about all of you guys just really prove the point and actually go and live with bears, and let's see how that turns out for you.
25 from the UK. Recently kind of went viral. Why was that?
The first time was because I slept with loads of 18-year-old virgins and posted it online.
What? How many?
That was just 32. That was like a nice little warm-up, basically.
Yeah. Y'all get it in, huh?
I then went to spring break, which I'm sure most of you know what spring break is, and slept with 122 college boys.
Jesus Christ. How many days?
Just over 2 weeks.
What? You did what now?
I slept with 122 college boys.
And I just want to make sure I get this right. How many days?
Just over 2 weeks.
Oh.
She belongs to the streets.
The fact that women are getting on social media and saying this nonsense just goes to show you how degenerate the Western world has become. There's absolutely no shame in the world right now that they are genuinely getting on social media and saying this nonsense. And the other crazy thing is, if you do not want to engage with a woman like this, they'll say that you're insecure. Make it make sense.
I don't think there should be a cutoff point. I think a woman should have the right to do with her own body what she wants to do whenever. There's no time frame here. It's morally wrong to think that you're in some superior position to tell somebody else what they can and can't do with their body.
What would you say to a pro-lifer to convince them to your position?
I would say, read the room. Look at the masses. Talk to your neighbors. Look at what the vast majority of Americans are standing for. There's so much hypocrisy on the pro-life side. There's so many things that they want to regulate and control, and yet at the same time they say less government, leave us to our own devices. Why this one issue that they want to control? They don't want to control guns, which are killing a whole hell of a lot more people than abortion. You know, that's just complete hypocrisy. It's an absurd argument.
These people are indeed crazy.
all the other trans people out there, I will come out from under your bed, steal your gender, and break your window and jump out. Goodbye. I hope you have a nice life.
Be gay, do trans.
I eat plenty of vegan meat.
Vegan meat? That's like saying I've got loads of nighttime days.
Did God tell you to murder animals?
No, murder is a legal term. You cannot murder an animal. You can kill an animal, but you're using legal terms.
By definition, murder is taking someone's life, whether they're a human. Well, non-human animals are somewhat.
All right. Will you
they're
marry?
sentient
Will you
individuals.
marry a donkey?
No, I'm not interested in that.
All
Why
right.
is
Well,
that?
it's not a person then.
No, non-human animals are people. Are you
I want
against animal
everyone here
abuse?
to do one thing. Type in vegan parents jailed. And you will see thousands of stories from around the world of vegan parents thrown in jail for starving their children.